ब्रो क्या है, व्हाट्सएप मैसेज नहीं जा रहे यार। ठीक है, ये हो गया। हाय ओ गाइस, हाय, थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग हियर यार। हेलो, आई थिंक वी आर बैक नाउ। I was expecting कि बिट्स वाईफाई इतना अच्छा कैसे चल रहा है, तभी disappointment. I'll just put the link there. 1 second. Give me a second so that everyone who was there before can come here. Till then, you can start asking questions. You saved yourself from some 20-25 questions. So thanks for waiting. You can start asking questions here. Uh, if you wanted to, or we just or do 5 things, 25 हो गए. Thanks यार. I think अच्छा वीडियो था काफी. Fine. I will. It's necessary to prepare up to J advanced. हाँ, पारस तेरा question.
Yes, I would say yes. Because मतलब मैंने तो किया था फिर मिल गया था, आई वुड से यस। मैंने नहीं किया होता फिर मिला होता तो मैं नो ही बोलता। बट थिंग इज बिट्सैट में बहुत ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस होते हैं और it's not like they're easy questions. They're compared fairly tough. Okay, most questions are medium, and then few are tough. And also, BITSAT has different sections that J Advanced doesn't have. But the thing is, if you are prepared for J Advanced, so BITSAT में तुम लोग का आराम से अच्छा स्कोर आ जाएगा. That's a given. Like if you're getting like in a mock test or something, even getting a rank around 5,000 something or 7,000, 10,000, then you're expected to get a good rank in BITSAT, good score in BITSAT. That's it.
Guys, can you guys hear us? नहीं, वो सब सही है ना? Audio and everything is fine. If you can hear us, just type yes or some thumbs up or some party pooper or something. कुछ भी करो यार. You guys can hear us, right? थोड़ा सा
I hope so.
hope. Oh yes, चलो nice.
Okay.
Hush. Fine.
And bro, what are the benefits if I apply?
नहीं, बहुत सारे there are 2-3 questions ऊपर.
You had a Roosevelt. Wow.
What are the benefits? हाँ ठीक है, इसने पहले पूछा था. What are the benefits if you apply in GSOC? You get to put Google in your resume. First, so that you get a very good stipend. So
That's in dollars. So.
it's $1,500 now. I'm not sure if they would change it now because a lot of changes are happening. But it was $1,500 at my time, which is approximately 1,07,000 rupees, and it's nice.
पैसे.
Don't put all that money in crypto or stocks. Or then fine benefits, and then apart from that, it's a very good way. It's a very nice opportunity to learn. It's like an internship. It's not an internship because like it's just a project based thing. It's not an internship, and not at all at Google. It's not a Google internship. But yeah, it gives you a very good experience. It's a nice learning curve, and you
Also, good
learn
thing
a lot.
in a resume. Like,
It's a good.
generally, college students by the end of second year or third year actually don't have very good resume. They don't have things to write in resume. So
Correct.
GSOC is like one thing that if you write that you can talk about in your interview a lot because you have done a lot of work in that. So I think you can talk because in interviews you have to talk about the projects that you've done.
Yeah.
There is a section that is dedicated on that. So करना ही पड़ता है.
So yeah, that's that. We have one more thing. Is it necessary to prepare? हाँ, ये तो हो गया.
Okay. I'm not good at ROS, but I like basic sure certain organization. I
Works. मतलब yes, the answer is yes. Should.
I guess you should try. You should try for more organizations, two or more organizations at this point. If you are not sure whether you will.
How you should have some two three organizations that you want, and then but you should try for Ross organizations only because you know Ross. So you, irrespective of whether you
Hmm.
get selected or not, you'll learn more about Ross. So that is something which you should do. And yeah, it's nice. Best of luck. But a guy who does not know anything about GSOC and open source and blah, 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 where to start? I explained the whole roadmap in my previous live stream, which got uh, disconnected. The thing is, so where to start? Oh, wait, does not know anything about GSOC and open source and web development.
Web
Uh,
development is a different thing. Web development तो आप समझा सकते हो I guess.
yeah, web development is not related to these things.
GSOC
It's just
हाँ.
that there are a lot of organizations who want a web developer for GSOC, but that's I think you should not like.
Connect.
Matlab, you should not learn web development just because you want to get into GSOC. It should be the other way around. Does that make sense?
You should do GSOC to learn web development.
No, that doesn't make sense. Fine. You should have. First was correct. Okay, you should not learn web development just to get into GSOC.
Yeah.
We need to wait when the plane goes. Okay. Fine. So, okay, tell about it. Does not know anything about GSOC. So GSOC is Google Summer of Code. Now you know about it. It's a open source initiative which is started by Google and it promotes. They select organizations, open source organizations. The organization
तो
selects
wait
students.
पहला I think open source समझाना पड़ेगा open source क्या होता है
Okay, open
क्योंकि
source.
open source ही पूछा ना
Fine, ठीक है. Open source. Simply speaking, so let's say if I don't have a lot of money in my organization. Okay, this is a very wrong start.
suppose I don't have money.
This is not the right way to start. The thing is, see, if there's a company who has some 10 employees and they don't want to hire any more employees, but they are like, okay, we have a software and we'll just make it open source so that any developer, they'll just put their code on GitHub and make it public so that anyone in any part of the world can solve the issues that they are facing. It's usually uh, yeah, so it's basically contributing to a bigger code base because हमारा क्या है, like the people who start off with just like start something, they have their own projects, right? So it's not something which like in which you get used to a new code base. So it's I personally think it's very similar to software development because let's say if you work in Google, you obviously won't like they won't expect you to hold code the whole Google code base because it would be huge. It would be like millions and billions of lines of code. So they would expect you to just solve the bugs, raise issues, or just test some parts of the code. At least that's what I feel. Okay, I'm not a software developer. I've not done any
I
software
mean, you will
internship
be a
also.
small part of a big machinery. So
Correct. You'll be a small part of the big machinery, and that is basically open source. You'll have a big code base. You'll have to resolve the issues. You have to find bugs. You'll have to change the documentation. You'll have to build a community. You'll manage a community and stuff. Okay, that's not necessary, but yeah, it's a part of that.
and जिसको doesn't know वो लोग भाई YouTube पे जाओ सर्च करो समझ में आ जाएगा
And where to start? I think start matlab you should start learning GitHub. That's like very basic. You should know how to contribute first. Then only you can contribute. You know how to contribute first. बाकी तो that's the starting point, and then just find organizations. And if you are not specifically interested in GSOC, then you can find any organization that you like. GSOC में there are like some fixed number of organizations that get selected now. So बाकी तो open source organizations तो कुछ भी है यार, मतलब बहुत सारी हैं. You can just pick up any. Fine. Sir, how to prepare for upcoming GSOC with no prior contribution development knowledge, like what technology to choose and how to start contributing. Okay, the first part I kind of told कि कैसे करना है. What technology to choose and how to start contributing. So what technology to choose, it's not a very definitive answer. That's what I'm saying. Let's say if there are like hundreds of okay, let's say there are 100 organizations. उसमें से 80 are web development and the remaining 19 are Android development, and one is ML. Okay, let's make it,
Hypothetically.
let's say hypothetically. So you should realize the fact that there would be 80% of the people that are applying to the web dev organizations. There would be a lot more competition. And ML तो मैंने चल बहुत ज़्यादा known field बोल दी, there would be competition in that, but let's say something which is related to biotechnology,
Even
there's
like
bioinformatics sciences.
specific कुछ होगा, like suppose operating system का कुछ part होगा, like you have to be good at that. Suppose like IQ evaluation, I remember that was making some specific operating system.
हाँ
So उसमें you need to know certain specific things. So उसके लिए तो you have to learn, I think, specifically more.
हाँ. So the more specific project is, the more the lesser number of people would be there. If like it's like a general project, for example, if you're learning starting web development, you wouldn't be working on a specific tech stack, right? You'll be like learning, getting a glimpse of it. So you'll be making some projects, and then slowly you'll get good at it. So like there would be very a lot of people similar to that. And point being, you should not learn something for GSOC. Like you should already have a fair amount of confidence, because वरना क्या होगा? Let's say if you are learning web dev, ठीक है, and you'll pick up an organization, you'll find the tech stack very hard. You'll feel the whole thing very overwhelming. So you'll have this thought कि यार अभी तो मैंने शुरू किया है, like क्या ही मतलब, I won't understand it anyways. Then you'll start switching this fields, like okay ठीक है web dev तो नहीं हो रहा, I'll start Android development. So you'll be just switching fields instead of going deep into one field. What you should actually do is you should see ki what makes you curious. Are you curious about how websites work, how APIs interact with each other? When I order Swiggy, तो उसमें वो Google Maps का साथ दिखाता कैसे है, integration कैसे. If you are curious about that, then I would say you should learn web dev. If you are, let's say, curious about how does like dog classification, cat classification, how does your a machine recognizes you as a human, a cat, dog classification, image processing, color change
Even
करना है, सब
जैसे
करना है.
कैंसर का होता है ना, इमेजेस से
हाँ,
कैंसर डिटेक्ट करते हैं,
correct, वो
कैंसर
सब.
डिटेक्शन इज वेरी
So
गुड फील्ड.
if you are interested in that, then you should try for computer vision, OpenCV. If you are interested in text analysis, text classification, extracting valid information, the summarization of text and shit, then you should be interested in NLP. So just you should like kind of be curious first, like ki, what excites me, why should I, and it would be your inner motivation.
Even
That's the
like
thing.
if I remember जो organizations होती है, I think they are classified in first fields like
हाँ,
science.
correct.
So basically even that helps a lot, I think, in choosing which technology should you learn, because first
हाँ.
you think this organization is good,
हाँ.
they are doing something that I am interested
Correct.
in, and
This
then
is-
you can learn what they require.
This is also a nice strategy. Thanks. So, yeah, for example, if you are very new but you really like an organization, if you really like what that organization does, then you should, okay, I would say you should at least know a coding language. You should at least know the basic
Yeah.
stuff कि कैसे काम कर रहा है, because हाँ, like that is necessary. ठीक है, you should zero से start नहीं कर सकते एकदम. uh, हाँ, then you should, if you really like it, then you can approach them, and they can probably, because अभी तो काफी time है, they would be relatively free, so they can guide you कि ठीक है, help me with this task. So they'll probably give you tasks which would require you to learn some things, and then you can learn them. So I think that would be a very good start. हाँ,
आगे चलो. Question कौन सा है?
अरे यार इतना नीचे scroll हो यार. ओके गाइस, तुम बहुत स्पैम कर रहे हो. हाय श्री, हाय राम, हाय जयंत ब्रो, कैसा है? Yes. Benefits in high, bro. I answered this. Apply benefits wala. Hey Devansh left from Mumbai. Thanks man. Bro, competitives in 2 weeks. Paras.
क्या
Competitives. भाई पढ़ ले यार.
पढ़ ले, क्या कर रहे हो?
ये सब
पढ़
मोम
ले.
आया है. नहीं स्ट्रीम देख के जा.
स्क्रीन देख के जाओ, फिर पढ़ो जाके.
स्ट्रीम देख के जा, बट पढ़ ले उसके बाद, ठीक है.
अरे मतलब भूल जाते हैं.
हाँ. Hey Devansh left from Mumbai. Thanks man. वो मुंबई तो छोड़ के आ गया अब दिल्ली में. How do I contribute if I'm just learning? I think I answered this. How do you contribute if you're just learning? Just talk. Look, you should like be active in a community. The questions that you're asking here now, those depend from organization to organization. Like if you are learning a very specific, a very niche field which doesn't have a lot of people around, you can start contributing very early on, because the mentors would be relatively free. But let's say if you are and but you won't get a lot of help because there would not be a lot of community members who would be there and helping you. But something like web development, if you're learning, there are a lot of people who probably would you be learning the same stack as you, so there would be a lot of help from them. But and you can contribute to Henny, find good issues, find so there would be a label on GitHub which is called good first issue. uh, I won't
I
say,
remember.
or bug भी होता है,
Bug.
ठीक है, bug and good first issue, these two things are we should at least start off with. Then you can try for features, because features involves a lot of, basically it's a feature. uh, I hope you like, it's very intuitive, like feature add करना है तुम्हें, not just correcting some code which is not working or
You're
something.
adding something instead of correcting.
Yeah, that's a proper feature that you are adding to the product. So that would come later. And mentors के साथ अगर तुम टच में रहते हो ना, and they probably, at least in my case, and I'm reiterating it, my experience might be very very different from the experience that you face, but I'm just sharing my experience. So मेरे mentors तो काफी helpful थे. I used to ask them. They used, when like I started very early on. I started in October, so wait, they were very helpful, and they were, whenever they were free, they used to reply to my text. At least that's what I think, Satvik. I hope I didn't irritate you a lot. Satvik is my organization owner, circuit owner. How do I contribute
ये
here?
हो गया ना?
हाँ.
आदित्य कश्यप. Hey bro, I got into BITS Score 2. Feels great enough to meet you. So.
अरे चल
सही
मिलते
है.
हैं नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर.
जनवरी में
नेक्स्ट
होपफुली
ऑफलाइन होगा ना नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर.
होपफुली इनको बुलाया जनवरी में.
हाँ हाँ, मोस्टली बुला लेंगे. I think they'll call you, and long shot we might have a call, but that's like too much expectations. But fine. I think you guys would be called. If you have any information regarding that, just let me know.
I think no idea क्या होगा.
आदित्य, तुम्हें पता है कि बुला रहे हैं तुम्हें नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर? तो नहीं, कल होप टू मीट यू तो लिखा है, तो हो सकता है बुला रहे हो. फाइन. DTUCS वर्सेस MSc को पिलानी कैंपस.
भाई ये DTUCS
ये ज्यादा आइडिया नहीं है वैसे. देखो, आई वुड फील, ठीक है, मतलब मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि
DTUCS
if you can, DTUCS is nice. If you are getting CS at DTU, you should probably take it. Unless you are very sure of working hard in first year and getting a CG above 8.5. नहीं, sorry, 8. Above 8. हाँ.
पिलानी का actually
8.5 होता है पिलानी में.
8.5 है.
Above, हाँ, पिलानी the cutoff is 8.5. So if you are pretty sure of getting a CG above 8.5
or something, जो भी है, मतलब you need to work hard. पिलानी में थोड़ा है, मतलब competition is more.
you need to work hard, and if you have a CG above 8.5, then you would get.
I think DTUCS is better at this point for you because like
it depends. If you like CS, then तो you
like अगर eco लेके भी तुम्हारा aim is to get CS, then better go with DTUCS. मतलब yeah, although I'm a Bitsian, I'm saying that, but thing is कि as a like वो भी है यार, 5 साल की डिग्री वर्सेस 4 साल की डिग्री, एंड फिर फाइनेंशियल बर्डन भी आ जाता है 5 साल का. फिर अगर तुम इकोनॉमिक्स में बहुत ज्यादा,
हाँ करेक्ट,
इकोनॉमिक्स में इंटरेस्ट पे भी है. अगर DTUCS दिल्ली में तो मतलब आई थिंक है, DTU का नाम तो है ही.
बट DTU में यूनिवर्सिटी कौन सी है वो भी बहुत डिपेंड करता है. मतलब DTU इज अ कलेक्शन ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी ना, इट्स नॉट वन यूनिवर्सिटी. मतलब इट्स लाइक
इंडिपेंडेंट.
पता नहीं, ठीक है यार, हमने देखा ये मुंबई से, मैं मुंबई से हूँ, हमें DTU
नहीं, बट जितना मुझे पता है DTU है, DTU का नाम है DTU मस्त कॉलेज, जितना मुझे पता है. DTUCS अच्छा ही है.
तो डिपेंड्स ऑन इंटरेस्ट, आई मीन दैट्स द आंसर. बट बाकी दो तीन चीजें कंसिडर करने को बोला है भारत.
मोर लीनिंग टुवर्ड्स DTUCS आई वुड से, बट
फाइन. तो दो चीजें कंसिडर कर लो. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, तुम कितना घिस सकते हो अभी फर्स्ट ईयर में आके, फन चीज. सेकंड चीज, फाइनेंशियली क्या बेटर है, बिकॉज अगर तुम DTUCS वाले हो तो मोस्टली थोड़ा सस्ता ही पड़ेगा वो, बट दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन द कॉलेज. मैं बोल रहा हूँ DTU में कौन से कॉलेज में वो चीज हिसाब से चार्ज करते हैं.
MSc इको पिलानी का एलुमनाई बेस बहुत स्ट्रांग होगा आई थिंक.
अबे तो कंफ्यूज कर देगा बेचारे को यार.
अरे यार, मतलब दोनों ही अच्छी चीजें हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. देखो ऐसे ही है, मतलब इफ यू आर आस्क्ड टू चूज बिटवीन क्या IIT बॉम्बे, CS, दिल्ली CS, मतलब हमने मतलब वो सोच रहा है वो चॉइस मिल जाए तो बोलेगा कुछ भी दे दो, क्या चल रहा है.
ठीक है यार. हाँ, सो आई थिंक यू गो ब्रो कंफ्यूज कर. ठीक है, देख हमने देखो सारे पॉइंट्स बता दिए, ठीक है, दैट यू शुड कंसीडर. नो, इट्स योर डिसीजन.
Is it if I don't contact?
Is it K? Okay भाई.
वो एक
Is
सेकंड
it
बचा दिया
okay if
उसने.
I don't contact the organization before GSOC application period or something? Like, what if someone just applying gets selected? No, it's very hard because, as I told in my previous live stream, which got disconnected, I had this conversation with my organization owner, and obviously it depends from organization to organization. मेरा एक दोस्त है अनुज सिंगल करके, उसके organization में ज़्यादा कुछ हुआ नहीं था, but still he communicated. Okay, proposal एक बार review कराना होता है because what my mentor told me once was that, okay, not mentor, my org owner, Satvik Prasad, he told me that there was once a submission, once a proposal, who was very good. Like it was very exceptional. Like सब कुछ सही था उसमें, everything was right. He was doing the task very good. Everything was explained really well. But they did not select him because he hadn't communicated. So वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, it's just not about your skills. It's also about the person who you are, because it's like you would be working with that guy, under that guy for uh, next 2 3 months. So yeah, and you probably would be staying after in the organization because you are a part of the organization now, na? Once you contribute to it. So it's like a long term thing. So they did more than your skills. They also want to know how good of a person you are. So it's a big disadvantage. And why would you want to do that? Like, are you very overconfident or something? Because it's always very good to get a mentor's review, because he would be the one who would be choosing your proposal. Now he'll have some hundreds of proposal, and if he has already seen your proposal, he would choose your proposal, or he would at least have an idea of what you need to change, or what are the things that have gone wrong or something. So yeah, that's there. I hope you can hear me still. सम्यक जैन, आर यू इन EYRC? भाई कर लो आपस में बातें. हाय भैया. ओ मृण्मय, कैसा है? हाय मृण्मय.
Now I'm learning
Python, so how can I choose the projects? Bro, साइड में आता है ऐसा एक ड्रॉप डाउन arrow आता है. Just click on the drop down arrow, right? Select Python or just search Python. There would be some hundreds of organizations who use Python. So
I want to complete resource to learn it as a different reason. किस
Destro क्या learn? Oh, web dev वाला था ना, I think ये.
हाँ
Are you Destro? If you're talking about web dev, just mention it again. Want to complete resource? What resource? Web dev or GSOC? Because I'm
नहीं
not
web
sure at
dev
this
I
point.
think.
GSOC win करने वाली बातें कर रहे हो तुम लोग, तो it can be either. But
And basic of language won't help me with
correct, yeah. चंदू एकदम सही. शिनचन हरा गिफ्ट for bits go freshers.
enjoy.
दीदी देखो पढ़ा देखो, you should
हाँ
make, okay, this is I think is very helpful. Make at least learn how to plan stuff, ठीक है? If you learn that itself in first year, because you would be at the peak of activity, okay, because you would be going for club inductions, you would be meeting with a lot of new people, you would be also studying, because उस टाइम पे रहता है ओ भाई अभी पढ़ना है थोड़ा, मतलब एटलीस्ट कुछ लोगों में बहुत
नहीं
कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग है ये ना.
बट लाइक फर्स्ट ईयर में एक्चुअली ये है कि डैमेजिंग सीजी मत कर देना क्योंकि वो रिकवर नहीं होता है. ठीक है, लाइक मतलब ठीक है सीजी पे तुम जितना एक्सपेक्ट करो उतना ना है, ठीक है, बट लाइक बहुत ही खराब मत कर लेना वरना रिकवर होने में नहीं हो पाएगा रिकवर. तो जस्ट कीप इट इतना कि यू कैन रिकवर फ्रॉम दैट, या फिर जो भी है.
हाँ
7 से नीचे मत करना कैसे क्या.
ठीक है, वही सही है. एंड बाकी मस्ती भी करो यार, सब करो, बैलेंस करना सीख जाओ, बढ़िया हो जाएगी कॉलेज लाइफ. Okay, so you talk a lot about connecting with people and engaging in communities. Where can I find them? If you're talking about GSOC, then every organization has a way to communicate. It, as I mentioned earlier, it might be a Discord channel, it might be a Slack channel, it might be a email list.
It's on their page I think,
हाँ, it's on the GSOC page only, so you can go there and check that out. बहुत सही रहता है, मतलब हो जाएगा सब मीटिंग मतलब इन सब. And if you're just talking about finding similar minded people, then I think you can try searching on LinkedIn. वरना
काफी डिस्कॉर्ड कम्युनिटीज होती हैं.
हाँ, ब्लू लर्न और ये सब है ना, ब्लू लर्न और वरुणमय वाली एवलॉन मेटा ये सब.
हाँ.
बट आई एम नॉट श्योर उसका क्राउड कैसा है, मतलब हाउ गुड इज द क्राउड, बिकॉज आई मतलब
You're not in touch. नहीं यार,
आई डोंट.
I think there are good people in every crowd, so doesn't मतलब if you get in touch
हाँ.
with good people, so ठीक है. So,
हाँ बट आई थिंक लाइक हमने ऐसा कभी किया नहीं है. uh, वरना तो कॉलेज क्लब्स, इफ यू आर इन अ वेरी गुड कॉलेज, you would have people around you who are very interested in the same thing. So I think that suffices, like that suffices for us, because we usually talk with them and we learn a lot from them. So I'm not personally a part of a lot of communities, but yeah, if you want, you can try that out. I've got a LinkedIn में groups होते हैं, there are Facebook groups, there are a lot of things that you can try out. What were your scores in your BITSAT mocks?
आई थिंक मैंने तो एक ही मॉक टेस्ट दिया था.
सेम मैंने भी मैं तो सिर्फ केमिस्ट्री देता था मॉक्स में.
मुझे
बस.
तो याद भी नहीं कितना स्कोर. अरे हम के लाइक अवर बिटसैट वाज वेरी क्लोज टू एडवांस, सो आई थिंक दिया ही नहीं, टाइम ही नहीं मिला.
Both of us took BITSAT light, advanced के चक्कर में तो दोनों बिट्स बैठ के हंस रहे हैं.
याद भी नहीं है यार, बट जो भी है आई थिंक 350 तो थे, 350 प्लस हमेशा थे.
हाँ. You should go see the organization GSOC and then there you will find GitHub link. Oh, nice. RV क्या बढ़िया आंसर. मजा आ गया.
थैंक्स. कैन आई
जनेश भैया, हाँ बिल्कुल. कोई रोक के दिखाए तो मैं बताओ, नाम बताओ उसका, रोक के दिखाएगा भी तो मैं. करो अप्लाई बिंदास. क्या
यू हैव नथिंग टू लूज.
ओ भाई इतने सारे आ जाते हैं यार एक साइड. हाँ, यू हैव नथिंग टू लूज.
चेक प्रीवियस.
आरवी कौन भाई?
RV
फेस रिवील कौन हो तुम?
RV is some organization owner, I guess. Where can I start for the GSOC 2022?
पूरा रोड मैप बताया मैंने अभी, ठीक है. यू गाइस कम लेट, ओके, मेरी गलती है, ठीक है. जस्ट वॉच दिस वीडियो एंड इट्स लाइक आई टोल्ड लाइक एवरीथिंग, ओके, सब बता दिया मैंने, सारा ज्ञान दे दिया एक बार में. RV if you would like to take up that question.
RV.
हाँ, RV please take Disha's question up. Karishma, hi Karishma. I got CSE core in VIT Vellore. However, I want bit. Should I drop?
यार ड्रॉप क्वेश्चन मत पूछो, ठीक है.
अबे मतलब कर सकता है, मतलब VIT Vellore अगर उसको पसंद नहीं आ रहा, if you don't have option, you can, but
आई ड्रॉप पता है यार, पता नहीं है ड्रॉप का बहुत वो है, क्योंकि मेरे प्रोफेसर बोलते थे जो भी है इसी साल है, ठीक है. और आई थिंक आई एग्री विद हिम, क्योंकि ड्रॉप का अलग प्रेशर हो जाता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, पता नहीं.
मतलब है, देखो, I had made a video about this, so if you go on my channel and search dropper squad करके, I had like some 5-6 people of like close friends of mine are droppers. I had made a video with them. You can check that out. They'll give you like actual insights on how to manage time and how to actually plan your drop year, how many mocks to give, what college to target, ये सब करके. It will be very nice. How do people get research internships at university abroad from BITS? See, so I am not sure if I had made a video on this, but I'll tell you how it is. Okay? So you should check out a channel of Shreyas Nisal. He is a senior of ours. Fifth year. Physics plus CS. Oh, I had made this video, Monash University. He is doing a thesis in Monash University. I have made a video. You can check that out, aram se. But I'll tell you the procedure. So it might be different because we have a semester-long thesis that we need to do. Thesis or PS2. PS1 is compulsory. PS2 and thesis is not. There's an option. Frankly speaking, I say it. There are small technicalities involved, but वो light. So we have a semester-long thesis, and for that, people need to start mailing research professors. So, or there are. I recently got to know. And I recently got to know that there are a lot of research internship programs like MITAX and all, but वो summers में होता है, I think. So you can sit for MITAX, and there are a lot of programs that you can sit for. हाँ बना ले, ठीक है. I'll make a video on this probably, and I don't know a lot of these things. Fine, and then you can start mailing professors. You should have a faint idea on what projects the prof is working, and if you are really interested, or if you just want to work for exposure, yeah, you can mail. It happens through mail only, I think, or LinkedIn. Those two are very professional platforms.
Mailing is important. I think CT ने कुछ करा था. You can get in touch with the seniors.
बिट्स के नहीं है ना?
नहीं बिट्स के ही है.
नहीं ये सीटी से कैसे टच करूंगा? ओ मैं बोल रहा हूं. ओके हाँ भैया, आई गॉट. हाँ फाइन. हाय, प्लीज ये बताओ कि जीसॉक के लिए सबसे पहले क्या करें? गिटअप सीखो और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चूज कर लो. दैट्स द टफेस्ट स्टेप. चूजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन is one of a major thing that I personally procrastinated. How do I start contributing? यार ये तो बता दिया था यार. What were your BITSAT mock scores?
अरे
पीछे ही पड़ रूजवेल्ट साहब.
अरे यार याद ही नहीं है अभी कैसे कितने साल हो गए यार,
भाई
3
देख हमने मॉक्स दिए नहीं थे. We can tell our BITSAT scores. Mine was 368,
354
354.
आई थिंक जितना एज फार एज रिमेम्बर जो वो होते हैं ना मेंटल एबिलिटी और इंग्लिश वाले,
हाँ
वो कर लेना. उसकी एक तो
हाँ.
दिशा की बुक आती थी, दिशा. हाँ,
अरिहंत की भी आती है.
आर्यन की भी आती, सो जस्ट वो कर लो अगर करना है अच्छे से, क्योंकि हाँ मतलब चाहिए वो आगे तो उसके बाद स्कोर पास हो जाता है, लाइक वरना नहीं होता.
Do a lot of students go to Singapore for the recent run from BITS? Uh,
I
they go to a lot of universities, but yeah, NTU is a very popular university. So yeah, they do go there. And they offer a lot of programs. जिस के लिए फर्स्ट क्या करें?
बताया ना,
गेट अप सीखो और ऑर्गेनाइज चूज करो. भैया कॉम्पिटिटिव टिप्स प्लीज. अरे भाई मैं खुद ही नहीं पढ़ पा रहा यार. क्या यार. आई एम जस्ट स्टार्टिंग माय कॉलेज एंड टिप्स सर.
be ready for new things. Yeah.
Be ready for new things. Learn how to time manage well and learn how to wash your clothes properly. मैं मेरा किस्सा बता रहा है तेरे को. छोड़ like ये कभी
सब्सक्राइबर्स कम हो जाएंगे.
अभी किससे बात है. But हाँ just like meet new people, interact with them and kind of understand yourself, but it will take time, so it's fine. मैनेज करो यार चीजें, बस वही है. फर्स्ट ईयर में पढ़ लो, मतलब डोंट लेट योर सीजी ड्रॉप अ लॉट. आरवी ड्रॉप इज प्रीटी बिग स्टेप. भाई ड्रॉपिंग की भी एडवाइजर है.
नहीं सही है.
हाँ सही
बोल
है
रहा
सही है. हाँ वेलोर सीएससी प्रीटी गुड तो. हाँ सही है.
सही है.
आरवी भैया जिंदाबाद.
DTU is different and very good, and DU is different.
ओ हाँ
Delhi University and Delhi Technical,
हाँ.
ऐसा ही बोल रहा है.
करेक्ट करेक्ट.
DTU is very हाँ DTU वही मेरे को याद है. DTU बहुत अच्छा है.
करेक्ट. हाँ हाँ सही है सही है सही है. सॉरी सॉरी यार, डोंट गेट ऑफेंडेड प्लीज. हमें ज्यादा आइडिया नहीं था.
अरे यार बहुत पहले था
हाँ
काउंसलिंग
और
करा
हम दोनों मुंबई से ही है. ठीक है, हम एमएचसीटी देने वाले लोग हैं.
दिया भी नहीं था मैंने बाद में. I know C and it's my first year and I do, should I at the end of second and
परिवेश श्रीवास्तव. That's a very good question. That's a very genuine question. सब honesty सब भर के आ रही है बाहर मेरे क्वेश्चन से. If you know a language, I would say that you can try for 2022, but don't get disheartened because 2023 is also a very good chance. I would not suggest you to do GSOC after second year. मतलब personally अगर मैं बताऊं, I had this idea कि first year में तो I didn't know क्या होता है GSOC, but उसके बाद like मेरे को बहुत लगा था okay GSOC तो करना है. But I can be 90% sure of this. अगर मेरा इस साल नहीं होता GSOC, second year में नहीं होता, I would probably not have tried. अभी जैसे अभी चेंज हुआ रूल कि when you can apply whenever, तो मैं बहुत खुश हुआ होता and बाद में अप्लाई करता. But I would personally have not tried because बिट्स में क्या होता है फर्स्ट ईयर के एंड में you just start exploring stuff and just you get used to some fields like ML, competitive coding, ये सब start करो. It's a very initial stage and you build upon that in your second year. So let's say if you're learning finance, you do some projects, you learn about that. If you're starting with a language, you learn a tech stack or learn a particular field like machine learning or something like
I
that.
think second year first semester से contribute करना शुरू करा था ना.
हाँ मैंने सेकेंड ईयर फर्स्ट से करना स्टार्ट किया था. ठीक है. एंड हाँ तो you should surely try for 2023 and you should only if you know a language, that means that you are quite ahead of a lot of people because uh, before coming to college, majority of them just focus on studying PCM. So if you know a language, you have an upper hand. Now, what language should I learn next? I would suggest that if you know C, and C is actually a very बहुत अच्छा है यार तुमको C आती है मतलब you can easily learn Python and using Python you can do a lot of stuff. So you can do machine learning, you can do scripting, you can do automation, you can learn web development also. So it's a very good
I think
field.
next step should be Python.
And it won't take a lot of time to learn Python because it's very easy and you already know the basics of how coding works. Yep, and you
Even
should surely
I would say एक site है Jovian, I think.
Jovian.
Jovian is a very good site. I think the founder is an IIT Bombay graduate. Jovian MN. Jovian. It's a very good site.
Okay, Jovian. Yeah, fine. So this is the site that Paris is talking about.
इसमें काफी सारी चीजें हैं, explore it. You even can make notebooks on it, code from here only, and you can. There are live tutorials for like tutorials, not live tutorial. Live tutorial होते हैं, but they are uploaded बाद में.
Oh, nice.
सही है.
हाँ.
Like just it's a free stuff. The stuff they are putting there for free is very rare.
Okay. I didn't know about this. Thanks. I sent it in the chat only. You can have a look at it. But yeah, ये आंसर किया यार हर्ष. It's we told you about. ठीक है. I'll just rephrase it for everyone. Oh, ये तो drop वाला है ना. So it's not MSc वाला. हमने किया था ना आंसर.
Drop वाले में यार, because it's a very big step.
Both of us haven't dropped. We both are like normal only, and like ऐसे drop नहीं किया था हम सीधा चले like हो गया था तो we just took it. But I would
Consider
suggest.
तो I think किया था हमने भी दोनों.
मैंने नहीं किया था.
मैंने
I was pretty sure नहीं पढ़ पाऊंगा.
मैं वही था reason like
हाँ.
सोचता like consider भी करते अगर ड्रॉप का तो यही था कि नहीं हो पाएगा, मतलब उतना उतना था नहीं, बोले जो है अभी ठीक
तो
है.
like both of us messed up our IIT JEE advanced exams जिसके लिए हम दोनों ने बहुत prepare किया था. So I was kind of very very sad and I think even you were. But मेरे पापा ने convince कर लिया था कि yeah BITS CS is nice, so I joined BITS CS. And इसके केस में क्या होता हमारे common friend की बहुत अच्छी रैंक है 3000 4000 थी आयुष की
वो जो ट्यूलिप की.
हाँ वो नहीं बट तू उससे कन्विंस होना कि वो अगर आईआईटी छोड़ के
वो IIT yeah, so one of my guy had a very good rank 3000 I think rank, so he left IIT for triple IIT Hyderabad CS. So मैं समझा अभी तो CS ही मतलब पढ़ना पड़ेगा.
हाँ.
So मतलब that was the thing कि like even that convinced my dad कि that makes sense to go for CS.
Correct. So it was either CS or IIT for us. And BITS था तो it was fine. भैया who is the other guy? अरे परम ये तो अपने कॉलेज का एलान है भाई. परम भैया I sent you message on Instagram, please see it. लाइव स्ट्रीम का है पक्का भाई ब्रो. अच्छा ओके हाँ ए मैंने मैसेज किया सबका. वो आर्मी भैया हाँ what and should is shortlist organization start contributing when GSOC application start you are browser reviewed by someone. Perfect.
आर्मी ने साल हो रहा है.
सही है भाई सही है हाँ. आर्मी फोड़ा भैया प्लीज गिव टिप फॉर बिटसैट पास भैया आप दिए टिप फॉर बिटसैट.
आई विल
दे यार मैं थक गया दे के चल.
अरे क्या मेंटल एबिलिटी और इंग्लिश वाला प्रीवियस पेपर्स देख लेना अच्छे से. एंड अगर 5-6 क्वेश्चन रिमेनिंग है तो ही बोनस पे जाना. ऐसा नहीं कि 20 क्वेश्चन बचे तुम सब तुक्के मार के बोनस पे चले गए.
मैंने ये किया था बताया. I lost 30 marks in negative.
कोई तो प्रॉब्लम है ना, हम लोग पिलानी में होते
है भाई.
बट उससे वो हमने वही किया, हम लोग रिजल्ट वही है तो उससे कोई मतलब नहीं बनता. बट वही
yeah.
And even I think there are better channels on YouTube just for BITSAT भी, मतलब community है यार, ठीक है YouTube community है.
So yeah. हाँ तो all divide tips.
और टिप्स क्या. और आई थिंक बिटस्मैट में ये था कि जो वो है ना काफी फास्ट करना पड़ता है. सो डोंट स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम क्वेश्चंस. पहले इनिशियल क्वेश्चन देखो जो जल्दी जल्दी बन रहे हैं,
जो टॉपिक आता है उससे कर लो पहले क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. शॉर्ट वाला वीडियो देखो. शॉर्ट एनालिसिस मैंने बनाया था बहुत पहले वीडियो जब मैं बिटसैट पे बनाता था वीडियोस, तो वो देख लो बहुत अच्छा वीडियो है उसमें. ठीक है. एंड आल्सो वन मोर थिंग इज as Paras mentioned, you must be knowing Ambud Saxena. He is very hardworking. He's my senior, a good friend, and you should totally check his video out. His channel is just about BITSAT. So if you have subscribed to me and haven't subscribed to him, I would be very surprised. But I'm pretty sure you would already know about him. So watch his videos; they are very nice. How much time is required for GSOC if I got a project? If you got a project, as in GSOC project or कोई और project? If you got some other project, if you are asking how to like how much time does it take in order to manage both the things, I would suggest that my project like it wasn't fixed. So but on an average you can say around 1 hour a day. That was the thing. मतलब ऐसा था, it was not like 1 hour every day. It was like एक दिन कुछ काम नहीं है then 2 दिन छोड़ के तीसरे दिन तुम्हें 3-4 घंटे देने पड़ा. So on an average it was 1 hour a day. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिंक दे दो फॉर अप्लाइंग फॉर HTML C जावास्क्रिप्ट. ए जैनेश ब्रो ये खुद से करना पड़ता है. ठीक है. सो आई कांट लाइक स्पून फीड आफ्टर पॉइंट. The thing is, you need to take choosing an organization is very hard. Like that's why a lot of people don't even. That's where
like
I
the
would say
initial step पे ये लोग
40% of
छोड़
the
जाते
people,
हैं. Yeah.
40% of the people give up. The second thing is, look, they don't select organization only. They just keep postponing it and then they get overwhelmed when they see the code. And the next 20-30 people who give up, 20-30% people who give up are when they see the code base. They're like, भाई ये तो इतना बड़ा code base है कैसे करूँगा मैं? So that's the second way where a lot of people give up. So यार, even though मैं ये तो वही यार वेब डेव की देखो organizations क्या है. Circuitverse is a organization. Look at the technologies that they use. Look at their stack. ये सब तुम्हें करना पड़ेगा. I can't do anything about this.
But
RG. I'm in 12th and studying hard, but I'm still unable to score. It's so demotivating. However, I start again for next topic, but still getting scared at heart. बता पारस tips.
यार ये होता है, ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब हो नहीं रहा कुछ, बट एक मिनट प्लेन जा रहा
हाँ.
है. Still unable to score. I think you should, एक तो चीज है कि you should analyze your papers. तो mock test
हाँ.
करते हो ना कि क्या mistakes क्या है, where exactly are you making mistakes, क्योंकि इसमें कई बार बहुत simple से patterns हो जाते हैं कि you are making some just, कई बार क्या होता है you are even making errors in just calculations. So उससे तुम्हें पता होता है कि next time तुम्हें ध्यान रखना है किस चीज पे, टाइम मैनेजमेंट में तुम समझ में आएगा. एंड आई थिंक द इशू इज यू माइट बी ट्राइंग टू, ये तुम्हारा एम होगा कि पढ़ने के बाद कि आई हैव टू सॉल्व दीस क्वेश्चंस. इंस्टेड आई थिंक फर्स्ट यू शुड, योर एम शुड बी टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट एंड देन apply that on question. Because I remember क्या होता था, even I tried to do that in few chapters कि concept समझ में आया ना आया, I need to solve these questions. So उसमें नहीं हो पाता. Like ultimately you have to finally understand कि है क्या theory and then you can try to solve वो.
Save this for compres. Save this for offline compres, guys. when आप समझे questions करो बस बैठ के. मतलब time ही नहीं है अभी.
मतलब for a limited subject it works, but for competitive exams it doesn't work. Like college
Correct,
exam
correct.
में it works because you know कि एक
Because-
question इस topic से आएगा ही
Because
आएगा.
70% of the people don't study, 20% of the people will do the same thing, and 10% of people will actually study. So you are still
paper
have
is
plus.
similar to college में different चीज है.
College light, हाँ,
हाँ.
BITSAT का, but हाँ सही है. I completely agree with what Paras has said. But yeah, I left Pilani PNI and took MSc as a CG requirement for CSS less in second year. Is the decision right? I'm a 2021 fresher.
क्या?
Bro, अब तो मान ले सही है. Just don't think about the possibilities that Pilani Tripoli could do. And personally speaking,
हाँ.
I think it's a very good decision. So the thing is, I know a lot of Dolites who did this and they successfully got CS, but the other side is pretty bad. Now, if you don't study in the first year and you end up getting mechanical, you'll feel very, very sad. So make sure you study hard. Mechanical or a branch that you were getting before that. So just like work hard and just like कर लो यार. मतलब you have chosen an MSc degree for that reason. So कर लो घिस लो थोड़ा और. And welcome to Bitcoin.
Bro फिर शीशो कैंपस बुलवाओ यार, हम कैसे बुलाए
भाई अब जाके हम आए कैंपस.
हम
पारस लिटरली आज आया, आज सुबह आया ये. My score was 324. Oh nice, congratulations. Is the Arihan BITSAT guide enough for 350 score? I think
सही है. Are the semester exchange program in BITS?
there is one. There is one, but what I know is that the university that you are choosing or you want to work under should be, I think, recognized by BITS and मतलब should.
Even mail आते हैं ना हमारे BITS के.
हाँ, and one thing is, I think the courses that you are going to take next semester, for example, I am going to take 3 finance courses and 3 CS courses. So all those courses should be offered there. Now in 4-1, I will have some 3 courses left, which are easier to find at a lot of universities, but I still would have placements. So a lot of people don't actually do that. Matlab, it's very, I'm not sure. You can actually do a thesis if you want to work under a professor, but
Semester exchange like कर सकते हो. There is a certain requirement and needs उसके लिए होता है.
हाँ, but होता है. If that's a question, हाँ, yes. How is a minor different from electives? Minor is a bucket of electives. Once you do a fixed set of electives, for example, if I do 5 specific finance electives, or no, 5 ठीक है, simply five specific electives, I will get a minor degree. Let's just assume that. Now, those are five can be chosen. Okay, they are not specific. Two or three are you must do. Those are CDCs for the minor. CDCs matlab compulsory courses for the minor, and the other three you can choose. So minor has some electives which you need to fulfill in order to get a degree.
Basically, electives में you can do one or two electives that you want. Like suppose you want to learn about theory of relativity, you can do one elective on that.
हाँ,
But
elective
if
और
you want
course.
to do a physics minor, then you will be studying a lot of things. You will be studying quantum mechanics, you will be studying statistical mechanics,
Correct.
you will be studying electromagnetic theory. उसके अलावा you can choose electives as you wish.
By the way, he is doing a finance physics minor. I'm doing a finance minor. So if you have specific questions regarding that, feel free to ask us. Were you sad after knowing that you would get instead of 300? I was actually sad. Like, not because of this, okay. I'll tell you the reason I was sad. The thing is,
डॉलर का वैल्यू कम हुआ है।
that is after. So, okay. Two stories, okay. I wait for the plane. There are two stories. One is regarding this. So I had actually broken the screen of my laptop just before GSOC started. So I got selected and all. I was in the so there's a community bonding period that you have, and in that community bonding period, you just get to know, get to interact with mentors and stuff. So I had broken my screen and my laptop crashed. So I was very scared. I was like, अब तो start भी नहीं हुआ अभी तक project, and these guys would think कि मैं काम चोरी कर रहा हूँ, and I click pictures and all I sent कि खराब है. So my mentor, he is a software development at Sequoia, I think. He's a software developer now. So he was like, in my time, they used to give $5,500, and at the start of the time, like when you get selected, you used to get the money. And he's like,
Not to flex, but
yeah, not to flex, but I could have bought one new laptop at that instant. I was like, oh, hi. So at that moment, I got sad, but it's fine. Like $1,500 is also. मतलब यार सब कॉलेज वाले बंदे कंगाल होते हैं. हमारे लिए 5,000 में मिल जाए बहुत बड़ी बात है वो. This was pretty good. Like I won't cry about that. But yeah, एक साल पहले तक. The thing is, they used to do double the work also. So our time and duration was also halved, and so was the stipend. So it was
number
fair.
of people with the बढ़ गए अभी।
नहीं सेम ही थे वो बड़े ही नहीं थे हाँ वो सेम ही थे थैंक्स फॉर आंसरिंग अरे यू वेलकम फॉर जॉइनिंग मैन हाउ टू प्ले फॉर जीसॉक फ्रॉम जीरो प्लीज हेल्प यार ये मैंने बहुत आंसर कर दिया है देख लो चल जीरो से चल ठीक है लास्ट टाइम बता रहा हूँ learn GitHub, select an organization, communicate with the mentors, solve some good first issues. You'll get to know the code base, and once you get to know the code base, you can then move on to making quality contributions and like stand out from the crowd. That's it. And then that is post GSOC. You'll have to make proposals and you'll have to get it checked, and then you have a very strong chance of getting selected for GSOC. दुष्यंत यार मैंने यार ये बहुत पहले मतलब 7 बजे से स्ट्रीम कर रहा है तो आंसर किया था एंड आई समराइज्ड इट वेरी वेल सो इफ यू वांट अ वेरी डिटेल्ड आंसर आई टॉक्ड अबाउट इट फॉर लाइक 5-10 मिनट्स सो अभी तो वील हैव टू लीव इन अ व्हाइल सो आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ वी कैन आंसर दैट भैया व्हाट मोर टू नो टू कंप्यूटर आई हैव क्लास 10th coding knowledge few advanced topics 4 languages
What more to learn?
What more to learn? You know, 4 languages. So that is great, but I would suggest you not to go horizontally. Like it does not depend how many languages you know. It should first depends like if you know a language properly, and second if you know the applications of that language. Python सीख के पाइथन सीख के तुम अगर उसको पाइथन सिर्फ आता है तो तुम कुछ सर्टेन चीजें कर सकते हो जो हर कोई सारी लैंग्वेज कर सकती है बट उसमें तुम्हें कोई स्पेशल उसमें जाओ मतलब फील्ड में लाइक वेब डेवलपमेंट डेटा साइंस मशीन लर्निंग कुछ भी स्क्रिप्टिंग ऑटोमेशन कुछ भी कर सकते हो ठीक है तो एक फील्ड में जाओ जस्ट बी गुड एट दैट कंप्यूटर विजन बहुत अच्छी है व्हिच यू कैन डू so and how to choose what to learn I told you what makes you curious if you're curious about something just read upon that and just learn it. And there's some core answer for GSOC and understand a lot of terms. They mentioned technologies words I've never heard of. And now I'm so confused. Any tips on how to understand these? This
I think
just Google the terms. मतलब how hard can it be? And or there are some subreddits in which you can like you can just type explain to me like I'm five kind of thing and just top the like write the keyword. So there would be subreddits and some Reddit posts that you can read in which they explain.
I
very
think
easily.
you will have to like
But those are the things that you need to do now.
हाँ
मतलब,
थोड़ा
yeah.
टाइम देना पड़ता है आपको तो। फेस्टिवल सीजन जहाँ से आता है तो गिटहब पे इश्यूज सॉल्व नहीं हो रहे हैं। आईआईटी दिल्ली सीएसपीडीसी अब्दुल रहमान I think so, but I don't think सबको देते हैं जो
I did the project at Windows, so they have
virtual
ways to set up everything. So if you're a Windows user, they'll have your own setup. If you're a Linux user, and it depends on the organization also. So
but
that's very specific, but it's not compulsory.
I would prefer Linux any day. So.
मेरा लैपटॉप में प्रॉब्लम होती है, लेकिन लिनक्स आता नहीं है सही से. हाँ बट ठीक है जी सॉक. हाँ, most orgs, I won't say most, but there is a preference. Like there's a personal preference also. So depends. Yeah, is DAIICT good college?
No idea. कौन सा college?
नहीं यार, ये तो नहीं पता.
नहीं पता.
DAIICT.
Da.
RV है ना अंदर क्या? Isn't it late to start connecting?
With organization.
Please don't private this stream. अरे नहीं कर यार, तुम्हारे लिए पब्लिक के लिए कर रहे हैं, प्राइवेट क्यों करेंगे? Better late than never.
Not little better late than never.
What all languages do you both know and when do you learn? बात बताओ.
मैं
हाँ.
अरे हमें क्या C++, Java, Python लैंग्वेज से ही.
हाँ, वो C++ जावा आता था, वो भूल गया मैं. मतलब लैंग्वेज देख लोगे तो याद आ जाएगा.
जब पढ़ जाते.
हाँ, उसके अलावा पाइथन आता है और जावास्क्रिप्ट आती है मुझे एक.
जावास्क्रिप्ट मैंने सीखी थी बट भूल गया.
और जावास्क्रिप्ट लाइट.
जावास्क्रिप्ट.
My computer takes 7 seconds to run a super basic C program. Why? Any idea?
तो ऑनलाइन रन कर लो ब्रो.
यार तुझे क्या समझा यार?
जनरली
ये बोलोगे तुम इलेक्ट्रिक इंजीनियर हो, बल्ब रिपेयर करो मेरा आगे.
नहीं अरे
बट ठीक है, देखो why any idea?
रन तो कर रहा ना सारी पड़ी बात.
Probably because तुम बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स एक साथ चला रहे हो यार. That can be a thing, but
काफी ऑप्टिमाइज भी नहीं होता. आई थिंक जस्ट आई गेस ऑनलाइन कोडर पे ट्राई कर लो अगर ज्यादा टाइम लग रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा स्लो चल रहा है.
तो शाल पूछा can we still crack BITSAT if we start preparing now?
कब है BITSAT?
नेक्स्ट ईयर होगा अगस्त में. हाँ हो जाएगा. बट डिपेंड्स ऑन तुमने कितना पढ़ा है. अच्छा स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग नाउ. एनसीईआरटी कर लो यार, बेसिक एटलीस्ट.
आर्यन बुक है ना BITSAT गाइड, वो कर लो.
हाँ ये अच्छी. हाँ नाइस. आर्यन
करना जल्दी करना कंसाइज.
दुष्यंत आर लॉल आई एम आस्किंग टू मेनी क्वेश्चंस. नहीं लाइट यार पूछ ले. हाउ टू बिल्ड रेज्यूमे फॉर थर्ड ईयर इंटर्नशिप्स अपार्ट फ्रॉम जीसॉक? आई एम इन फर्स्ट ईयर राइट नाउ. हाँ यार लाइट ले ले यार. मतलब फाइन ठीक है. आई वुड ठीक है.
Do projects on your own if you want to. Yeah, मतलब कुछ you have to do projects.
Do projects on your own. Learn DSA. You should. If I would like, I think companies usually prefer DSA profiles more than any open source or a development profile.
अब शिफ्ट हो रही है बट वही है.
ICPC ये सब में जाओ, कोड फोर्सेस रैंक बढ़ाओ, ये सब करो, रेज्यूमे बनेगी. प्रोजेक्ट्स कर लो थोड़े. You can start with ML and यार my I would like strongly recommend कि not just stick with CS यार. मतलब just cause it just like because first year में you actually have a lot of time to explore other fields. So like I tried consulting, finance, designing, everything in first year only. जो भी thumbnail बनाता हूँ बेकार से थोड़े बहुत, वो मैं उसी टाइम पे सीखा था यार. तो you should actually give time to learning. And अगर तुम सीखते जाओगे ना तो you'll have projects to do in any
CP versus dev शुरू हो गया यार. देखो डेव का यही प्रॉब्लम है, सबको प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिलता प्रॉपर एक टाइम पे. तो ये फिर सीपी करके वो लोग कर लेते हैं.
CP versus dev. CP if you want to, if you plan on sitting for internships and stuff. Dev if you want to build projects.
तो करना तो बाद में डेव ही होता है बट क्या करें.
ठीक है आधे को करना पड़ेगा. दोनों मतलब सही है. Which college you are in? ठीक है guys, it's almost 8:30. We are very hungry. हमें जाना भी होगा. And I think we have almost 2 years, 1.5 years तो है. हाँ yes you can. ये तुम्हारा तो साल भी वो भी नहीं खत्म हुआ गया यार, आधा 11th. हाँ है टाइम यार.
Best source for learning GitHub. I think just
Go to YouTube, type GitHub basics or version control basics, get a good playlist and just like bro, don't waste like 1.5 hour on that. Just watch some 10 to 15 minute videos. सब समझ में आ जाएगा तुम्हें. There you should okay. You need not learn some 100 commands. Git has a lot of commands. You should know basic commands: push, pull, write a message, commit, and git add dot
और छोटा वाला
status,
होता है
git
वही।
status. ये सब थोड़ी basic commands है. थोड़ा version control सीख लो, सब हो जाएगा.
परिवेश
When will campus reopen first is Nandan पूछ रहा है. And we are hoping next semester. If you are on campus, कभी मिल लेना हम दोनों से. हम लोग काफी approachable हैं and मिलने का नाम से कुछ नहीं.
परिवेश श्रीवास्तव।
How much important is GPA in college? People say need to get 8.5 plus for Microsoft. No, it's 8 I think.
But GPA is important, yes.
GPA is important ना. It would give you like बुरा लगता है अगर तुम बैठ ही नहीं पा रहे किसी इंटर्नशिप कंपनी के लिए और तुम्हारे दोस्त एटलीस्ट बैठ पाए. You should have the right to choose. CGPA gives you the right to choose essentially. You can choose your electives. You can at least choose a minor degree. Electives तो
Actually like वो है ना कि like if your CGPA is relatively less तो हर सेमेस्टर वही रहता है सर्वाइवल. बढ़ाने में CGPA वही रहता है. ठीक है भाई.
चलो guys, it was very fun interacting with you. Thanks
And
Paras.
Google, Amazon, हाँ वही है यार. मतलब गूगल का तो आई डोंट थिंक है एज अ रिक्वायरमेंट, बट वही है कि रेज्यूमे शॉर्टलिस्टिंग में तो
Google weird है थोड़ा. मतलब उस पर देखनी कभी मन किया तो बनाएंगे वीडियो. ठीक है अभी
Google
ये
में-
सब अभी बोल नहीं सकते यार.
हाँ वही है.
हाँ बट ठीक है.
We won't say this until we get placed.
We won't say it until we get placed. Fair. ठीक है guys, it was lovely talking with you. Thanks for joining in.
Yes.
Thanks for staying and like staying after the network got disrupted and
Yeah.
stuff. काफी मजा आया तुमसे बात करके. 1.5 घंटे बात होगी. See you. I'll start posting videos now more because अब थोड़ा settle हो गया. My fractured leg is also fine now and it would be fun.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye guys.